Hey, what's up, y'all? So, I have a lot on my plate today, so I thought I would videotape myself while I'm driving. And we're going to talk a lot about things. This is part 2 of demonstration of metaphysical healing. So, I'm going to demonstrate with you, for you, how to heal yourself metaphysically. So this is something that all people, no matter what your ethnic background, no matter what your religious background, can partake in. And if you missed my first teaching, my second teaching, I'm gonna recap, and that is my left eye. Okay, this eye right here. There's a stigmatism in both eyes, but in this eye particular, there is it's diagnosed as being very bad, so almost near blind. However, goes to show you that it's not true. Diagnosis. Anyway. Hopefully somebody will correct me with that. I don't really care. That's not true. It's not a true statement. It's not based in reality. Because we talked about, and I'm going to do a lot of quoting scripture since I'm driving. I can't look it up for you. But we talked about Genesis 1:27. It says God created man in his image and in his likeness. Male and female he created he them. And so that's something. I'm going to put this up. My other arm is kind of hurting, so I'm going to talk to you with this arm. But we're going to talk about what is reality, okay? And if you read the Bible, it says God is not a man that he can lie, okay? And we're going to talk a lot about what it actually says literally. I'm not concerned about your denomination. I'm not concerned about if you go to church. I'm not concerned if you're a Christian or you're Muslim or you're Buddhist or whatever you are. I'm concerned about what the Bible actually says, and what we've been taught in church it doesn't actually say, okay? And what you've been told by fellow Christians it doesn't actually say. But we're going to talk about what it actually says. All right. So, God created man in his image, male and female created he them. So the image and likeness of God, is what man is. Okay. Another way to put this is, if God were to look into a mirror, the reflection in that mirror, the reflection that comes out of that mirror would be man, okay? So all the attributes that God is what we are meant to present. We are meant to be, right? All right, we're gonna define some words here. Okay, so the word reality. Let's talk about reality. What is reality? What is real? Okay? I'm gonna quote the Bible. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through me. Okay? You say, okay, so the truth. All right, so Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father but through him. Okay? All right? So Jesus was the perfect reflection, the perfect image of God, because he fulfilled what man truly is on the earth. All right? Another translation of that verse that I just quote is, Jesus is the way, the reality, and the life. The word truth there actually means reality. And I'm trying to remember exactly where I'm going. But we're going to get over and get on the highway. So, Jesus is the way, the reality. So the reality, that means his way of life, what he showed us is the only reality. Okay? And let me give you some provision here. Jesus knew who he was. He knew that he was the reflection of God. Okay? Now, okay. All right, so we can go into, yes, he is God, but he also is, okay. He didn't act as God on the earth. He acted as man. He fulfilled what man was, and therefore we are to actually do what he does. I don't want to get into theology. I'm not going to bring all that stuff up. We're going to just define some words. I want this to be very basic. I want you to be able to follow along. Okay, so reality. So the only reality that is real, the only thing that is real is the attributes of God. Okay? Love, righteousness, prosperity. Think about it. Jesus was preaching. He was talking to a bunch of people. There was a huge crowd, over 5,000 people there, because they only counted the men, so 5,000 men, and then there was women and children involved as well, right? And his disciples had 2 loaves and some fish, and he told them to feed them. Why did he tell them to feed them? Because there was no lack, because he is the perfect reflection of God, which is what you and I are, because we are made in his image. All mankind, okay? Male and female, all mankind, because you got to take it back to the original intent of what God is. The original intent. Okay, think about this. This is God's original intent. His original intent would be found in Genesis, in the beginning, right? In the beginning, God created the earth, right? In the same chapter, he says he created male and female in his image. That is God's original intent. Okay? God is not a man that he can lie. So we are in his image. Is cancer in God's image? If it's not in his image, then it's not his reflection. Okay? If it's not in him, it's not in his image. I'll say that better, right? So what would cancer be if it's not found in reality? All right, so it would be a lie. Okay? And if you think about it, the devil, and I don't like to call him the devil, but all Satan means is adversary. And so therefore, when you hear me refer to the adversary, I'm going to call him the enemy, right? Does that enemy just sounds better? So I'm gonna call him enemy. That's what I call him. He's the enemy, right? I gotta merge. So the enemy, the father of all lies, the liar, has is what is the originator of the illusion or error, which would constitute as sickness and disease. So mind you, I am showing you how to go about doing mental healing, okay? Metaphysical, okay? For my eye. Okay, so I'm going to show you, and during these demonstrations, I will do exercises that you can do with me, but we're going to get some basis. I'm going to bring you up to speed to where you know as much as I do, or you know almost as much as I do, at least enough for this exercise, to where you can do these exercises with me and you can heal yourself, okay? And here's another interesting fact, okay? Jesus provided healing before he provided salvation, so this works for all people, okay? Think about it, all right? The Bible, you ever think about why the Bible is past tense? I know I'm kind of all over the place here, but do you ever think about why the Bible is past tense? The Bible is past tense because everybody in the Old Testament, they all were being healed or provided for based on the promise of the Messiah. So at that time, if you read it in Isaiah 53, it says, by his stripes we are healed, okay? And Jesus took stripes. I don't know if you've seen The Passion of Christ. It actually was, you probably would have seen his rib cage and more. My arm is really sore right there. So I'll show you how to heal that too. But I'm going to just think right now that I am made in God's image. Okay? So my shoulder, I hurt my shoulder at work. So I'm going to show you this right now, real briefly, and we're going to get this healed, and then I'm going to show you how to get things that you might have been dealing with for a lot longer. Okay? Things that you've been dealing with longer affect you differently because it takes your mind sees it more as normal, even though it's not normal. So with my eyes, I've been dealing with this since I was 7 years old. I'm 41 now. So I've been dealing with them for over 30 years. So it takes longer because it's just a mental thing, okay? And we'll talk about that more. But with my shoulder, think about this. This just happened just recently, right? I can't get full motion on my shoulder, my left shoulder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this practice. So you can do this right now. You don't have to know anything more about the definitions. We're going to talk about the definitions, but you don't have to know anything more about the definitions. So we are going to think what we truly are, which is the image and likeness of God, the image and likeness of the Father. Jesus says, I and the Father are one. We know that God is a spirit. We know that he cannot lie. All right, so we know that we must be spirits. And another way of putting this, I like this certain religion puts it this way, and they say we're a spiritual idea in the mind of God. So think about this, you're a spiritual idea in the mind of God, which means that there is no reality in matter. Okay? If you are the image and likeness of God, then you are the image and likeness of spirit. And that means that there's no reality in matter. Okay? That means that when you realize that, then the spirit actually transcends and changes the matter, which is not a reality. So there's no reality in matter. My shoulder is healed because my shoulder cannot be anything but healed because I am the image and likeness of God. And that's the first time that's the first time in days where my shoulder has had that much movement. So I would be amazed if I didn't know how common and easy that is, right? I would be amazed. And you out there, go ahead and comment, tell me if you received healing. But that is so easy. You understand? You are not the reflection of your body. You're the reflection. You're not the reflection of an accident. Like, let's say you got in a car accident. You're not the reflection of a car accident, okay? Because God didn't get in a car accident. So since God didn't get in a car accident, then his reflection and likeness cannot have the effects of being in a car accident. Think about that, right? God didn't lift a box wrong at his job. So his arm can't be anything less than strong. His arm cannot be anything less than full range of motion and do what it purposed to do, right? And so that's what's going on with my arm right now. I got full range of motion. It's looking good. I got a lot of traffic here for a Sunday. People don't go to church over here, I guess. I don't know. I don't go to church either, but that's another story. So, anyway, you can do that. So, we were defining the enemy. The enemy is that which was not and is not. So, you got to think about it. If God is everywhere, and He is, because He's omnipresent, we don't recognize Him everywhere because we don't realize that love is everywhere. Okay? There's a lot of evil out there, right? But the evil is actually unreal. And what I mean by that is, if it's a lie, then it can't be real. And if the enemy is the father of lies, then the enemy is also unreal, because he's a liar. If you're a liar, then you're unreal. And when I mean unreal, I don't mean that it doesn't exist. I mean that it doesn't exist in reality. And our reality is only that which exists in God. Okay? And when you realize this, you will walk in wholeness. You can actually take that which has been causing you problems for a long time and get rid of it right now. Okay? And I'm going to talk to you about an analogy. I'm probably going to do that another time. I got one more traffic light and I'm going to be at my destination. So I'm going to have to do that another time. Maybe I'll do another video on the way back home. Listen, if you got healed by just realizing that, because that's what metaphysical healing is. It's about realizing the truth and allowing the truth to set you free. Jesus said the truth will set you free. But Jesus is actually that truth, right? And I'm not telling you to go and be a traditional Christian. I'm telling you that He's the truth, meaning that everything that was written in the Bible is true. It's absolutely true, but you have to believe it. And everything that was written in there is never talked about. It's never talked about in church. It's never talked about even to the extent of the reality of it on television. There's very few YouTube channels that talk about it. But the thing is, what does talk about it is the Bible, and you have to just read it and believe it as it is. So thank you all. I'm about to get some stuff for my pets. Thank you all. Bye.